Hey guys, welcome back to RHR Jen. I'm so glad you're here. Guys, we need to talk. You knew it was coming. We got some info on Megan's best life girls weekend, whatever the heck it's called. If this is her best life, we don't want any of it. We have so much to discuss. Have you seen the fallout? Have you seen the news? I've been waiting to make this video. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jen. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the thumbs up, and leave me comments, as all of those helps YouTube to recommend my videos. I sincerely appreciate it. What did I just say? Thank you for being here. We will jump right back into, say it with me, betrayal. I got more of that coming soon. But we need to talk this disaster of a weekend in Australia. 4 days in Australia. What's that, cantankerous? Oh, yes. Yes, I've seen it. We're all going to see it because we have lots to talk about with this. I mean, what do you think? Oh, yeah. No, I totally agree. It absolutely is. Have you seen the pictures? We need to talk about that. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. He's got more to say. Don't worry. Let's just take a look. Now, remember, she made everybody sign NDAs. So we will not be hearing probably very much out of this, and we will probably not be seeing photos because I believe the phones were confiscated as well, or set aside or sealed or whatever they did with them. So we probably won't be seeing many photos or too much negativity, but some of it's already coming out, and we got to take a look. Oh my goodness. All right, let's start with some pictures I found online. So this was shared by this is Gemma. That's the Is that her name? Gemma, right? Yeah, Gemma. That host with the bankruptcy. I don't know how else to call her. The other host didn't want to be a part of it. This is the host that did, because somebody might need some cash real quick. Yeah, I believe this is her. So here she is setting up this. I'm hesitating because can you call it a best life when you see it like this? Probably not. Okay. Yeah, this is the room. This is $3,000. I just want to point out this is where the gala is. $3,000. Okay, let's take a look. Is this scream best life, or does this scream Marriott Courtyard? Probably that. Okay. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. All right, we got this picture. So this was an approved picture to be released. This is an approved one. Can you imagine what the not approved ones look like? Okay. So in case you can't tell, there's Hasno, I believe, on the right. And I'm told this is Marcus on the left. I don't know. Again, $3,000. It was supposed to be for overnight, and I'll talk about that too. Oh boy, here we go. Up close and personal. I don't want to see this either. So I believe those are LED candles. Maybe that's a health and safety or a fire thing. I don't know. I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. Why? I don't know. But she sells candles. So why wouldn't you work that out? Like, seriously, why wouldn't you work that out to have your candles on the table? I mean, again, $3,000. Okay. Yep. Oh, and also I meant to say, are those carnations in the middle? Hopefully not. Hopefully they're peonies. They look a little thicker. Are they carnations? I'm going to jump out my window. Even if they're peonies, that's not $3,000. Okay. We got another official photo from, this one's from that Her Best Life pod. Okay. So again, 3,000 to see this. The host gushing over Meghan. Meghan's in beige. Well, at least you got to see her in her trademark color with her trademark personality. So I'm hearing that the host gushed over for about 30 minutes, and then she said a few things and left real quick. So let's see here. Oh boy. All right. I cut off the name of this bakery on purpose because I'm not trying to blow up a bakery. But I will tell you this. This was a gala. Gala. This is a fancy, supposedly, event, right? $3,000. I can't say enough. Does this look like that kind of food, or does this look like a bake sale? Believe me, I can get down on some brownies. I can get nasty with some brownies. I love brownies. It's one of my favorite things ever. I don't care if it's a fancy event and you serve brownies. That's fine, I guess. But you know, I'd be pissed if this is what they're serving at a $3,000. I can't say enough. $3,000 event. This is what we're serving out of troughs. I'm guessing they weren't served out of this, but really, like, how much did this thing cost to put on? 17 cents? I don't understand. Oh boy. All right. So this is being reported too. That Hello, I guess, has been advertising this event more than people. Okay, fine, whatever. But look who they tagged. Sussex Royal. We're not half in, half out. What do you think you're trying to do here? We're not merging our time. What do you think you're trying to do here? Yeah, absolutely. Everything that they said they wouldn't do. Here we are. All right. Oh, and this is weird too. Did you see this right before the event? This was shared. Again, I believe it was by that Gemma person or the Best Life Pod. I don't care. Somebody in charge of this thing. The hotel just kindly released a handful of additional rooms, including solo options. When they start posting things like this, I'd like to call this in the PR business, oh shit posts. Like, oh shit, we better do something quick. So I wonder if they were scrambling. Spots are limited. It doesn't look like they were. Sounds like, in my opinion, they were scrambling to get any more people there that they possibly could. Let's take more of a look. GBN reporting that she was there for just 2 hours. Uh-oh. Cantankerous has done a little math for us. Cantankerous, tell us what you think. All right, so I'm trying to be kind here and just did even numbers. I actually think it was just over 3,000, but $3,000 we'll just say for 2 hours. I'm talking about, I understand it's overnight, but if you're there to see Meghan, she was just there for 2 hours. She wasn't even there the next day. 2 hours. That would mean you're paying $1,500 an hour for Meghan, which translates, and she wasn't out there the whole time. $25 a minute, 42 cents a second for Meghan. Why? I wouldn't pay that amount for anybody. Nobody. That's crazy. It's ludicrous. I hope people sue. And then here, yeah. So they also shared this to show that she was out of there by 8 o'clock. The thing started at technically at 5, but I believe pictures started at 4:30. So again, I'm saying, did it start exactly on time? How much time was spent like doing pictures? I know it wasn't one-off pictures, but group photos and things like that. So you're not even getting the full, you know what I mean? Like, again, who's there to see Meghan? I don't know. But if you're there to see Meghan, you're not even getting the full 3 hours. You're just getting just a little chunk. This is such a ripoff. All right, let's take a look at this because people have some thoughts. Harry and Meghan's 2 commercially paid ticketed events in Australia went bust. Let's take a look. Harry, okay, here's Harry's gig right here. And don't worry, I do have another photo of that. And then they compared, of course. There's no comparison. One of the last royal events we saw. Gorgeous, right? Gorgeous. All right. Notice the head table for her Best Life retreat and Inter-Edge Summit are not full. Both spouses have to lurk about to keep watch over the other. There's room for about 4 more people at these head tables. Usually this is the ultimate VIP spot for any bigwig worth their salt who pay a hefty sum to sit with the most renowned celebrities. It would be easy money. Not here. Not Harry and Meghan. No takers. I mean, you'd think some fool would bite, right? This is just such a bad luke you can't undo. Let's then compare these 2 events, one of a different kind. King Charles' state dinner in honor of Nigeria last month. Now that's how you do a gala. There you go. All right. The thing, I have a couple of thoughts. I have lots of thoughts on this. No wonder they had to sign NDAs. I went to an event. When was it? It was like, I don't know, a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. I saw Taskmaster, my all-time favorite show. It's the greatest show. I love Greg Davis. I've talked about that. It's so much fun. A new season just started. But it was in New York, and the tickets to, I think the venue where I saw it held about 2,000 people. The tickets to that one sold out within minutes, and it wasn't even on sale day. It sold out in pre-sale the day before. I just happened to have a good friend who said, Jen, sign up for this email. I did. Get on there the day before and you might be able to get a ticket. She knew I was dying to go. That's exactly how I got a ticket. Even with pre-sale, it sold out within minutes. And not just that venue with 2,000 seats, venues across the United States sold out. I believe it was like 13 minutes. Granted, it was not $2,000. I'll give you that. But it sold out so fast that people were, whatever the word is, like reselling the tickets online for up to $2,000. Yep. That's how bad people want to go to the show within minutes. All right. So keep that in mind. The Daily Mirror UK is reporting that the event, let's see, Prince Harry was the only man present. Actually, that's not the case. It's two men, I believe. Marcus, I believe it was Marcus was the other one. There was security. They thought maybe a security guard. It's either security or Marcus, whoever it was. Okay. So they thought there were 2 men and 100 women. Now, let's talk about that, because people break it down and start thinking about, well, that's not very much. But also remember, I reported in another video I'm taking it as truth. I mean, it may not be, but I believe that there were talk of giving away a few tickets to some Sussex squad, because they were bragging about it online and talking about how many people were going and given tickets to go and thanking Meghan for the free tickets, basically. So if that's the case, and if that's legit, then there's some seat fillers there, which is not a shocker, but I'm telling you, I don't believe any of this. So they say 100 women, it's even less than that. So I got to figure there's some seat fillers. She probably had to figure out what's the least number that would not be as embarrassing for her if the number got out. So she had to get some seat fillers. That's just my opinion, my speculation, but it's not good. She was talking vulnerability and being vulnerable. I love this. This person says, yeah, Meghan's delicate, all right, but not like a flower, more like a hand grenade. I thought that was really funny. And Dave the Vane is the pull key for the hand grenade. You know. Anybody watch Friends? The Vane has spoken. Okay. The vulnerable Meghan, who went to a place where there's, okay, so we haven't talked about that. She was taking pictures at Bondi, and there was a terrible, terrible thing there. I can't say the word. I know people think I'm being disrespectful. I'm not. YouTube just doesn't love the word. They don't understand. YouTube doesn't understand what I'm talking about. It doesn't know if I'm saying, good things or bad things or anything like that. That's why I dance around the words. It's not me being immature about it. I'm just trying to explain, because I always get comments saying, why can't you just say the words? Because of YouTube. That's why. So the terrible incident that occurred there, and also, of course, going to the hospital with many sick kids, absolutely sickening. But it's her suffering that we need to talk about or think about. Absolutely. Always brings it back to herself. Call me Meg. The most bold person in the world. Remember, that's what she just told people. He's telling people he doesn't want to be royal while using the titles. She's saying she's the most bold person in the world, while accusations of bull stuff are against her. Absolutely sickening. Well done, Daily Mirror. I was waiting to get the final head count. There's fewer than I expected. I thought there'd be 150-ish. Again, this is just my brain, my own opinion. My opinion says there are a lot less. I bet you. There's no way. I just don't believe 100 people paid. No way. I thought she may be able to shove a few sugars in to fill in the gaps, but maybe most of the 100. That's what I wondered too. There are, I talked about it a lot in this book. I love this book. They talk in depth about that happening at Invictus. Again, I'm going to get the number wrong. It was somewhere in the neighborhood of like 22 or 25 paid tickets at this basketball event. And it was like an opening event at Invictus, Vancouver. So they had to bring in a ton of people and put them all around Harry and Meghan to make them look important. So why would they do any different for this one? I really, really, again, my opinion, feel like they are desperate right now. everything has gone wrong for them. Again, nobody feels sorry for them. They did it to themselves, but everything has gone wrong from, everything being dropped by Netflix, everything in between. And people are so sick of their antics, and especially after this trip, they're so sick of their antics that they just like the few that were into them are out. And even if they were like, okay, they seem all right, whatever, didn't do their homework and understand, they're not going to pay that amount of money to see them. It just doesn't make any sense. So I would just guess that the seat fillers way outnumber the actual paying people. That's just my guess. They aren't even buying the runny fruit spread anymore. Excuse me. And I imagine by the time they pay the tickets to this event in fare, it's out of reach for most people right now. Not just for avid fans. I'd say it's out of reach for people anytime. I totally agree. There's a cost of living crisis, and like tickets to a normal, I'd say normal, a regular event that are maybe $100 or give or take, whatever, are a stretch right now for people. It's entertainment. It's a luxury. This, I don't know what this is. I really don't. That is incredible amount of money to spend on an overnight, whatever this was. Absolutely insane. But I'm hoping that people speak up about it. I'm surprised she wasn't selling t-shirts in the lobby. Well, me too. Oh, remember that one of the things that they were promised was I think it was called a luxury VIP bag. I am dying to know what's in that. I've been Googling it. I tried to use Grok to see if Grok knew. Grok doesn't know. There's speculation that it's runny jam and bookmarks. I mean, if it was anybody else, I'd be like, surely not. Surely there's some stuff in there. I mean, stuff in there, but it's Meghan. So probably wickless candles. I don't know. Maybe the wicks out of the candles. God, each sold separately. How many of these women were journalists? I wondered the same thing. I wonder if the breakdown was the score, Australians versus overseas visitors. I can't imagine there's many of that. I just can't. Why are two dudes at the front table for her best life event? ETA. Wait, is that Horrid's bald head? Yes, on the right in the first picture. Yes, it is. Right? It was billed as a girls' weekend like no other. It feels weird if you sign up for a girls only weekend and you see guys show up. I guess maybe that's what they mean when they say like no other. Yeah, so I find that very bizarre too. You advertise it one way, but I feel like, again, it was so sparse. She needed to have bodies that she could have there. So Hasno was there. And I got to figure, event organizers, hotel staff, maybe, like they had to have pulled in people. I'm sorry. I'm just saying there's no way. No way. Maybe it's Meghan's bodyguard or her whomever, Marcus, trying to fill up tables. That's what I suspect. I thought maybe security being used as seat fillers, but that's Harry's bald head on the left. Bizarre. Why? Oh my God. I'd never seen him called this before, but I love this name. Why is Andrew there? Andrew. Harry and Andrew. Because she wants to prove to the world that she is the draw, not him. She sits there in he sits there in odd silent compliance like a good prisoner would. She knows she'll get more excitement in the room with him there, but she hates it at the same time. This is some deeply disturbed psychological stuff. I think it really violates the original description and build up the entire ridiculous event to have men included, especially Andrew. It changes the balance altogether. Blanking, weird, disturbed, lazy grifters. I saw a really funny comment. I can't remember if I grabbed it or not. You might see it, but that where somebody said they should dispute the charges because it's not as advertised. I was like, oh, now that's interesting. That's interesting. Battery operated candles. Yep. I have these in my tiny one bedroom flat. This is an event supposed to be high end and luxury gala dinner. It looks basic AF. It looks like a fire festival. That's what I think too. Absolutely agree. I think her fee was based on attendance revenue because the host is too broke, allegedly, to pay her out of pocket, and it has to come from the attendees. Pathetic. Harry's fee was 50,000, we'll say allegedly. Meghan's was 250, allegedly, if sold out. So, if a third paid, she'd get 75,000. Okay, but I'm going to say I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And I don't believe that all those people paid. I don't. So I think it'd be a fraction of that, if any. I don't think it'll be much. And think about how much she spent. She spent a fortune on dumb stuff on the way, whether it's clothing or whatever, Meghan stuff, travel. I mean, yeah, no. I can't believe I'm not getting paid in full for this. I thought that was really funny. All right. Yeah. There is a funny full circle of allegedly well, I don't even know if it's allegedly. I think it's been proven that it was Australia where she allegedly said, I can't believe we're not getting paid for this. When with the royal family, even though her whole life was paid for. And now doing crap like this, like these gimmicks and stuff that seem to be falling flat. This is even sadder than I thought. This gives off employee service awards. Yes. And the stage is pathetic. Absolutely. Yep. I used to work for, a long time ago, I worked for a cell phone company, and I was one of the, I don't even want to go into details, but I'd won some recognition, and as a result, they put me up in a nice hotel somewhere, and I dare say it was better than this. And I was given an award, like a nice plaque and an award, and got to dance and like do fun stuff. And, they paid for me to be there and to bring a guest and stuff. And it was, I mean, it's way better than this. So, and that's for a cell phone company. So, all right. Meghan couldn't spare some of her wickless candles. That's because the battery operated ones work better. Oof. That was sharp one, but also quite right. Yeah, absolutely. And this is why the titles. Okay, so I thought this was interesting. I know this is going to spur a debate, and that's okay. We can be civil. I'm always pro pulling the title. I always say the same. We should pull the titles should be pulled. They should have been long gone, definitely. But I thought this was an interesting case. This is why the titles don't get pulled. Slowly but surely, the world loses interest so that it becomes impossible to monetize the Sussex title. The venues get smaller and lower end, and the number of open seats begins to rise. The clicks begin to diminish. They've been diminishing. And there is no money left for Sunshine Sachs or the bot army. Yet the British royal family hasn't done a thing. Right? Or righto. It makes sense and leaves the British royal family unstained, except by the shameless merching, but still, time will take care of this. Okay. I've been arguing, not with you guys, but I've been arguing this for a little bit. Not this. This is an interesting point, but I still want them to take the titles. But anyway, people have been arguing with me in my comments, and I've been saying this for days. People are like, oh no, the British royal family's behind it. I'm like, no way. I don't believe it. Nope, don't believe it. So I'm asking, if you are of that mindset, we can be civil. It's okay. If you still believe that they're behind it, let me know. If you did believe it and now you don't, let me know that. And if you never believed it, let me know that too. I'm just curious. It's not to gloat. It's just to be curious where you stand. I have not believed that one at all. Again, for so many reasons, but I'm telling you, especially after this book, reading this book is like the playbook of their evil ways and means of doing things. And that is something that's addressed a lot. They are often behind that olive branch crap that comes out every few months. Tom Bower specifically talks about that. So this seems very much like something that Tom Bower, that Harry and Meghan would put out there to try to make themselves look better. So no, I don't believe they're behind it. That's my opinion. You can definitely let me know yours. All right. At the end of the day, they are grifters. At the beginning of the day as well. In between too. We could not adore you more. That's what that host said. Pass the bucket. This is exactly the kind of sycophantic airhead that Meghan needs for her narc supply. Honesty? Meghan wouldn't be honest if her life depended on it. Agree completely. Meghan Markle won't see any of the Sugar's comments because she had said she doesn't look at what is posted online about her. Okay, as ever. Oh, I love it. Good to see Friar Tuck took time out of his busy schedule to attend. Seriously, though, Harry, time to let it go. Yeah, normally I wouldn't. I'm not into body shaming. Everybody has weird stuff. I always say that. So I don't like to go there. But I feel like it's fair game because he made fun of Prince William and called him, quote, alarmingly bald and spared, in case you forgot. So, I would say what's good for the goose. There you go. Good for the gander. All right. According to Sky News Australia, old Maggie was arriving at 4:30 p.m., leaving to go to rugby at 7:30. Do you think the VIP and others ladies knew that they were paying for such a large cost for 3 hours? Thank you, Cantankerous. Thank you for reminding us. Let's see here. Unless she was coming back for the dinner. She wasn't coming back for the dinner. That was probably 3 hours total, counting the changing clothes. That's what I think too. Makeup touch-ups and a brief nap. Then changing again before they left. No real time spent with attendees. 1 hour. Exactly. Table-to-table photos. And what was the other thing that would have taken time? Table-to-table photos. There was something else. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Oh, 30 minutes, I think, is what they said of introductions from the sycophant lady. So how much time, not that you want to hear Meghan speak, but how much time about herself did she actually talk versus the cost? I can't make sense out of that. Thank you for being my visual aid. There you go. All right. That was probably 3 hours. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I thought she was going to the gala. Guess not. Yeah. An earlier source said she was there for 122 minutes. I saw the same thing. So maybe it was even 2 hours. Why? Why would anybody do that? So Harry and Marcus had to take up 2 VIP seats because the event didn't sell. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, I think so too. I still don't get this. They sit on stage. There you go. They're saying the same thing. The woman spends 30 minutes gushing over how wonderful Meghan is and listening to her spout girl power nonsense, all while the audience sits there and watches it. Exactly. That's pretty much Meghan's shtick. Yeah. That's exactly it. Yes. And what did she do when she was 11? Oh, God. I can't hear that story again. But that's all I got. You got to let me know your thoughts on all this. This is redonkulous. Don't you think so? Yeah, he thinks so too. Oh, yeah. Yep. This is actually what he's thinking. Yeah, I think so too. Let me know your thoughts on all this. I'm literally recording this as the news is coming out. So maybe by the time this goes up, more news has come out. You know, if people start speaking up, I'll talk about it because it's got to be only a matter of time. Even if they sign NDAs, I mean, I think there's only so much. I mean, like people were speaking out pretty quick about fire festivals. I don't know. I feel like stuff's coming down. It's coming. It's coming. Just wait. Mark my words. It's coming. Marcus my words. It's coming. I wonder if that's what. Okay, we'll leave that. All right. Let me know your thoughts on this. Have you heard other stuff? Any other reports? Did you hear the 3 hours? Did you hear 120 minutes? Did you hear there were 100 women there? I'm curious. Anything else? How much would you pay for one of those brownies? I don't know, 75 cents? All right, that's going to do it for me. Let me know your thoughts on all of this and so much more. I sincerely appreciate you all. If you want to further support my show, there are several ways you can do it. Check back for more Betrayal. I just put out my favorite chapter, one of my favorite chapters. It was the behind the scenes of Netflix, the Meghan and Netflix as ever. Go watch that one. Even if you're not into the book or you haven't been following along, that's okay. You don't even need to see the other chapters. If you just watch like that chapter, I would recommend that chapter and the chapter about Her Majesty the Late Queen. You'll really get an understanding of how these two, oh yeah, and the Vancouver one, how they operate behind the scenes and why it's so pertinent to what we're seeing in Australia and why I don't believe any of it. So check that out. Also, if you want to further support the show, I keep talking about my links. I have the Amazon link if you're curious, like about lip gloss color, hair products, studio lighting, like different things like that. You can check that out there. Even just clicking the links, it does help. Even if you've clicked them before, re-clicking, it helps. If you feel like clicking it, it helps. All that stuff helps. What else? Patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. That's my old name, but it's still like I changed my name to RHR Jen, but it's tons of new stuff, lots of deep dives. Most creators put out 1 episode a week. I put out 3. So lots of stuff from this and behind the scenes of the book, and even not Harry and Meghan stuff sometimes, because I hit a wall with those two sometimes. I just can't. So if you want to talk about other stuff, you can also find me talking other stuff over there. Somebody asked me for a hair tutorial. I've done that over there. I did a makeup tutorial over there. I did skincare routines over there, all that stuff. So check that out if you're interested. And as always, thank you guys so much for being here. I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. Take care. Let me know what I've missed on this one, because it's just now coming out, and I'm sure more stuff will be out by the time this goes live. Take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Hi, how are you? Oh my gosh. First of all, who paid for that? Nobody. Wouldn't you be pissed? I'm trying to think, like, first of all, I couldn't afford it. There's nobody I would pay $3,000 to see overnight. I couldn't do it. I could not justify that. But let's say it's your dream of dreams. Like, my dream was to see Taskmaster. To be in the same room with Greg Davis was one of my all-time dreams. I cannot tell you how excited I was and still am, and still buzzing from that. And it was fantastic. I mean, that's something I'll never forget my whole life, because it's something I dreamt of. Actually, they did the thing, the whole audience. I competed to be up on that stage. I tried like hell. My friend got closer than I did. And I would have tripped them and taken their spot on that stage, because I really want to be up there. But it was something I was dying to do, and something I'll never forget. I paid $100 for my ticket. And that's something that is forever in my brain. I was near Greg Davis, who is one of my all-time favorite celebs and comedians and all that. And I had the chance to be up there, and we could take it. We weren't allowed to take videos, but we're allowed to take as many pictures as we liked. So you better believe I was just like every 5 seconds, like, oh my God. So excited. So I can justify that. And I was trying to think how much I probably would have spent. I don't know. And it lasted for a couple of hours. It was fantastic. I would have spent up to, I don't know, $250, maybe $300. Go ahead and judge me for that. That's fine. But it's fine. Like, that's worth it to me. That's lifelong memories. So, okay. So that's for a couple hours. So what would that translate to? $100 an hour is what I would have paid. So she was there for 3 hours. Again, I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. She was there for 3 hours. If your dream is to see her for whatever reason, at most, maybe $300. I don't know. I know that they included a hotel stay and all that, but it's not even your own room. You're sharing a room, it sounds like. So I just can't, no matter how I slice and dice this, I can't understand it. So leave me in the comments. What would be your max price? And I'm not judging. You can spend what you want to spend. It's your money, not mine. So what would be your max price to see whoever your dream celebrity is? Like whether it's your dream show, your dream celeb, whatever. Even if it's not a celeb, your dream speaker, your dream whoever. You get what I'm saying. Just to be in a room with them, to hear them talking, to experience something like that. What would be your max? So again, I guess mine would be like $300, something like that. I'm not even including the room. I'm just saying for a 3-hour event, what would be your max? Let me know. I'm curious, because it's not $3,000. That doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. I'll be generous and say, I don't know how much these rooms go for. I know it's supposed to be a nice hotel, Intercontinental, but whatever. Let's just say the room was $500. I don't know. So $1,500 for the rest of it. Sorry, $2,500 for the rest of it. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. All right. That's going to do it for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, Cantankerous. So many of you guys said you love Cantankerous. I love him too. He's added a lot to my shows. See, I needed a co-host. There you go. Thank you, Cantankerous. I need a co-host. Greg, call me. All right. Take care. Have a good day. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.